Welcome back, episode 50 of Revisited, and the only thing I hope is that this is not another okie doke. Naruto Month is the biggest mistake because
legitimately
no video is what it says.
We can't just get a straightforward, hey, here's the video, here's what I... No.
So, we're talking about In Defense of Talk No Jutsu, Hope and Hypocrisy in Naruto by Mathwiz, I believe it is. This will be the last video. This will be the last revisited proper of Naruto Month
ever.
We might do one or two more live streams, but as far as revisited proper episodes, this is it. This is the big one, the one so many people have requested. Ever since we started talking about a Naruto Month, this video pops up a ton of a lot.
It was even before that when we were just, people would just comment just like, hey, check this video out, and it'd just be this.
So we're finally getting to it. Never heard of the dude. I don't even particularly know what the video is about, as far as the content, except whatever's in the title.
Well, let's check out the description. Hopefully it'll enlighten us a little bit, because we've not been doing too well.
We've been actively doing bad.
Naruto is often criticized for having weak villains, in quotation marks, that compromise their ideas in the end, but I feel like this is a complaint often displays a lack of understanding in regards to the kind of story that Naruto is trying to tell. In this video, I discuss the themes of Naruto and why Talk No Jutsu is actually a stroke of genius.
Not everything is genius.
This is. Now, as far as I go, I actually know Crafts Wars. He runs a podcast with an individual by the name of Mathwiz. That's the other side of the... Okay. This is like a two-part video that they kind of collaborated on.
Okay.
They run a show called The Nin Show, which is basically them just going arc by arc and discussing like shonen manga. And it was for a while a very interesting podcast, but then it started getting very theme heavy.
Oh no, what happened?
One of them, I don't know which one it was, but one of them just goes, I would rather look to find the good stuff as opposed to the bad. And that's where he goes, making connections often helps me find the good stuff, and that's where the theme stuff come in. Both of them are theme monsters.
Okay. Why would you rather look for the good and the bad as opposed to absorbing all the information that is on the page and then deciding for yourself what is good and what is bad?
I haven't a clue. Like I said, I don't know which one it was. I don't know if it's this one or the other one, but one of them said that and the other one kind of agreed. The podcast is not a very good podcast because not only is it very theme heavy, but normally is one of them that is very talkative and enthusiastic, and then the other, he'll go like, hey, what did you think about this? And the other one would just go, I don't know, it's all right.
Like Scott and Todd, where Scott tap dancing and Todd's like,
There's been many times where I'm like, get this dude something. And it was very interesting for a while because, like I said, it was just, going arc by arc. And they're very long form, 2-3 hours sometimes. Okay. So back when I was working at like Burger King, I would just pop my headphone in and just listen to that.
Absorb the information.
Yeah, make the time go by. But, they started off with Naruto. Naruto was a very early one that they did. They were like, oh, Naruto, I remember not liking this. And they went on. And it was like, yep, this is not as bad as I thought it was. This is just as bad as I thought it was. This is good. This is better than I remember. And it just kept going on and on until they ended up just going, Naruto is great. Both of them just like across the board. Naruto is great. Our conception is wrong. They did the same thing with Bleach. They did the same thing with Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail came out with a positive review.
How?
Boruto came out with a neutral to positive review.
How?
They're not looking for the bad. It's what if so I can make a connection come up with? Positive. It is if I can make a connection, it starts to become good.
Anybody can make a connection.
Absolutely.
And a connection is so broad. Absolutely. A connection of what?
Connecting two, three things, it becomes a theme. Then when you can start looking into what the themes mean and start exploring those themes and how things explore the themes, and then all of a sudden it's good. it is not worth listening to that podcast.
Okay, so what is the difference between the negative as people point to repetition and the positive as people point to themes?
That's a very good question.
Because all themes are repeating ideas that coincide or connect to each other. Mm-hmm. So, but that's how, the YouTuber analysts do it. Whereas it's supposed to be like an overarching theme of a thing, but they're like, these things connect to the theme. Mm-hmm. But that would just mean those things are just repeating the ideas that they had before to connect to the theme. So let's say the theme is classism. It's just 5 different arcs that have some form of classism in them. Mm-hmm. So why is it good that it's a theme as opposed to bad because they're just repeating what they did?
Hey. You talking to the wrong dude. I can't even play devil advocate with things. I'm like, I don't care. I just checked Mathwiz Twitter. They use she, her pronouns. We apologize if we screw that up. We most certainly will.
Is this
we're gonna try to
recent
correct
thing?
ourselves. I don't know. I don't remember any sort of because I dropped out around Fairy Tail, so I don't remember any sort of like. So I don't know. Might be a recent thing.
Yeah. We're gonna do our best, but there might be some slip ups.
Not looking forward to this video now. Oh, after all that, I'm like, oh man, I kind of don't even want to do this. And it's not only is it just a big Naruto boy, not only is it a theme boy, it's a chonker at 46 minutes.
Oh, whoa! I didn't even see the time.
It's a chonker.
Oh yeah, no wonder this is gonna be the last one. We won't have time for nothing else. All right, let's get into it.
There's one aspect of Naruto that was explored brilliantly over the course of the entire series. One motif that remained consistent throughout. For some, it's the worst part of Naruto. For others, it's a big meme. For me, it's a stroke of pure genius. I am, of course, referring...
Okay, so we've already gotten brilliant and pure genius within 15 seconds.
I don't think that's too hyperbolic. It's very genius.
Okay.
Yes. I am, of course, referring to Talk no Jutsu, Naruto's supernatural ability to defeat any opponent and completely change their ideology just by talking to them. Now, contrary to what some people may believe, Naruto didn't always have this ability, but even when he did use it...
Pause. What do you mean, contrary to what some people believe? Who said that?
Yeah, it's not like it was Oro in the forest and it was just like, I'm talking you into changing who you are.
Not like it was talking to the fox, and early on it was just like, you changed my mind, Naruto.
I guess if you want to moonwalk your way around the whole issue, you could say Haku.
I'd say Neji was the beginning of it.
No, Neji is 100% like firmly the beginning, but I'm saying that you could say aspects for Haku. Because originally, Haku just saw himself as a tool, and it's just like, that's all. And then it's just like, thank you, you showed me that there's more, and Zabuza.
Mm-hmm. But, Haku, I don't think was ever had the intention to kill them.
Yeah, otherwise Sasuke would be dead.
So.
His words weren't just
then
words.
I was following the talk with Naruto. Doesn't matter.
When he did use it, his words weren't just words. Each successful instance of Talk no Jutsu was supported both by Naruto's actions and the past experiences of his opponent. On top of that, each one of his...
Yeah, that's what happens a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Because you can say the same thing for Deku with Todoroki. Like...
But I think it's really bad in Naruto because Naruto can directly relate and go, I have gone past my struggles, and so can you.
I've gone through what you've gone through.
Yes.
And I can feel your pain.
Gaara, no parents, hated by the village, blah, blah, blah.
Jinchuriki.
Pain, no parents, wants peace for the world. Obito wanted to be the Hokage.
Jiraiya's disciple.
Jiraiya's disciple. Obito, no parents, wanted to be the Hokage. It's like direct. He can directly just be like, yeah. It's not like somebody else is like, no, I had a great upbringing. I just want
to kill.
Yeah. It's all just like bad past. He goes, I had a bad past too, so I can relate to you.
A similar bad past.
Yeah. It's basically all
That's the whole reason for Sasuke. I can't relate and I can't understand Sasuke, I understand Gaara, I understand Pain, I understand Toby. So let's talk about this, yo.
On top of that, each one of his foes had an apparent contradiction in their ideals that Naruto forced them to recognize. And it was the contradictions that
Pain caused Naruto to realize a contradiction. What about that?
Shut up. That's not the story we're going with right now. It hasn't been a minute yet.
What was the contradiction with Gaara? What was he didn't have any ideals.
Maybe the whole love thing.
What? It's not like he was like, I'll kill you and then you'll become a part of me and then we'll always to be together through love. There was no... Gaara really didn't have any kind of idea.
Maybe she'll explain it. I don't know.
forced them to recognize. And it was the contradictions that led them to change their perspective. Not lazy, overly optimistic writing, not the power of friendship, but the antagonists...
Ooh, Sasuke was absolutely the power of friendship.
Sasuke was big the power of friendship.
You need to dial that way back. Do not show that screen when you say not the power of friendship, because absolutely that.
Yes. It was just like, why do you keep doing this? I told you before, because I'm your friend.
For friendship, but the antagonist's own hypocrisy. And on the topic of hypocrisy, let's go back to the origin of Talk No Jutsu. Let's go back to the land of waves. Prior to his initial conversation with Haku, Naruto's desires were overly simplistic. He had a goal, but not a purpose. In other words, he knew what...
How's that? That's basically his philosophy throughout. It changes slightly, but it's basically it.
But not a purpose. In other words, he knew what he wanted to do, but he didn't know why he wanted to do it.
I want to become Hokage. Why? Because the Hokage is the most recognized, and then people will be forced to recognize me.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what? It's pretty straightforward there.
Did Naruto want to get stronger for himself or for someone else? He had never thought about it.
For the village.
Yeah.
Because if he's strong, that means he gets to be Hokage and gets recognized.
Hokage is the strongest in the village. You got to become strong to become Hokage. Done.
It until he met Haku, and so it was through Haku that Naruto developed his worldview. Haku's strength came from his desire to protect what was most precious to him, and that resonated with Naruto. He recalled his past experiences with Inari, Kakashi, Iruka, and realized that he wanted to protect people just as they protected him. Haku's impact on Naruto ran deeper than that, though. When Haku believed that he no longer had a purpose and asked to be killed, Naruto was clearly upset about it, but he nevertheless prepared to oblige him under the depressing pretense of, that's just how the world works. There's no other way. Sasuke's supposedly dead body served to confirm in Naruto's mind that not everyone could achieve their dreams in this cruel world. And though he and Haku could have been friends under different circumstances, that was now an impossibility.
Pause.
I think you're reading way too much into that one. Yeah. And that it shows that his worldview is incorrect, that everybody doesn't achieve their dreams and stuff. Because if that was the case, one, he would stop hunting for Sasuke, and two, he would stop trying to be Hokage. Because there have been many roadblocks for both avenues, and he just went, no. You know what? But maybe she'll explain that, later on, it changes again and blah, blah, blah.
But even then, he should have realized that, Naruto should have realized that people don't achieve their dreams by Iruka's parents being dead. The fact that ninjas equals you more than likely just gonna die in the battlefield. Why? What does he think ninja means at this moment? He can't just be like, yeah, no ninja ever died, because that's just quite false. Iruka got a shuriken to the back right in front of him. So it shouldn't be in this moment he realized that people's dreams never come to fruition.
Oh, this is going to be we're only doing half of this, probably.
Saw two kids around his age who had both failed to attain their dreams and seemed ready to assume that there was nothing he could do. But then something happened that changed his mind forever. Haku stopped him, took Kakashi's lightning blade to save his master, and then Zabuza, the cold and sadistic assassin of the mist, shed tears for his subordinate. Though Zabuza viewed Shinobi as tools, he couldn't treat Haku like one. When Haku sacrificed himself,
he absolutely did treat Haku like a tool, but he still cared for Haku.
Yes. There was no indication of like any sort of feelings or any sort of closeness really before this moment.
Yeah,
Zabuza to Haku, not Haku to Zabuza.
Like a person could care for their power tools, but they're still just tools.
had a chance to kill Kakashi by slashing through his disciple, but he hesitated. Despite everything that Zabuza had said about Haku, he couldn't dispose of him like a broken tool. His hypocrisy was reinforced when
right there, that's when it's just like, okay, now the relationship is established. Zabuza now cares about Haku. Before that, what could you say? So now it's just like, oh, I just secretly cared about him, and now I'm showing this now. It's like, well, you're basically implanting a characteristic that was never there right after his death and right before your own.
And I don't think that's necessarily a contradiction, more so character development. Because it's not like he didn't think ninjas were tools. He just cared about Haku. Even though Haku is still a tool.
Both can be true.
Both can be
because
true.
Because he himself is a tool for the gangster man.
Scene was called back to in the war arc. As a mindless puppet whose feelings and free will had been stripped away, Zabuza truly became a tool to Kabuto, and Haku truly became a tool to Zabuza. This mind-controlled Zabuza showed no hesitation in hacking through Haku, but in that state, he wasn't really a shinobi. He was a tool, but he was no longer human. While still alive...
Why would that be held against him if he's being controlled literally against his will?
I don't think she's talking about it's held against him. I think it's just that it's to show that if you are a tool, you will have no problem doing this. Mm-hmm. So maybe he didn't see Haku as a tool. I think that's what she's going for, as opposed to it's a mark against Zabuza / Haku.
No, but it shouldn't be heralded as a mark for them because he had literally no free will. Even if you are a tool, you will have free will.
Yeah.
But Zabuza had none. So it was basically a puppet. It was basically just an avatar that looked like Zabuza. That had Zabuza parallels
it was
to
like
this...
a Makujin.
Yeah. And it just had parallels to this moment. But it basically means nothing because Zabuza cannot control what he is doing.
He can't be beat.
And his sword is unbeatable. It cannot be beaten.
However, Zabuza couldn't escape the emotional baggage that came shackled to his humanity. Haku lived to protect Zabuza as his tool, yet he couldn't bring himself to kill Naruto or Sasuke, even when doing so would have helped to protect his master. Likewise, Zabuza was supposed to be nothing more than Gato's tool, but in his last act, he defied Gato and thanked Haku for standing by his side.
Pause. In his last act, once he realized that the feelings were mutual of caring and, oh, he's no longer a tool and now I am no longer a tool. It was that moment that he was just like, yo, tool thing is over. Because if otherwise, why would he accept the money? Why would he accept the down talking that Gato gave him? He was a tool until the moment here where it was just like tools can be released. I am now released.
Yeah, I don't think this is a contradiction.
By affirming their humanity, Haku and Zabuza proved that shinobi couldn't just be tools. Once the battle was over, however, Sakura wondered whether or not those two were right about what a shinobi should be, to which Kakashi replied,
"Shinobi ってのは自分の存在理由を求めちゃいけない。ただ道具として存在することが大切。それは木の葉でも同じだよ."
He said that, but when asked if he actually agreed with that idea, Kakashi said no, that this was merely an ideal that all ninjas strive for, rather than what ninja actually were. In other words, not everyone agreed that a ninja should be an emotionless tool, but because...
Who does agree?
That's a good question.
The Anbu?
I was about to say the Anbu, maybe.
But no, because there was one purple hair chick that was just like mourning over somebody's grave.
And then Sai was just like, nah, this is dead, yo. Let me see what y'all about. What y'all got over there? What y'all cooking?
It's just the like truly evil people like Donzo. They're just like tools, whatever.
Yeah.
But otherwise, Kakashi got his own little ninja way of just like, yo, I'm late. I'm going to visit graves. People who betray their friends are worse than scum. Like, if Asuma thought that ninjas were just tools, he wouldn't knock up a ninja and thus decrease her usability in battle. Kurenai would not get knocked up if she saw herself as a tool. Like who? Zabuza didn't even believe it.
The widely accepted notion of the perfect ninja, most people just...
Widely accepted by whom?
By whom?
Mean, I guess Kakashi does speak to the ideals of ninja, but the ideals based on what? Because the series never really explores this ideal, and it's like the third thinks it, and the fourth thought it, and none of these people really think it.
Yeah,
so where is this ideal starting from? Because the strongest ninja are the ones that are not tools. So what are they meant to be?
Yeah, I don't understand this point. This tools thing, especially since, like you said, it's never really brought up or nor explored past this moment.
Went along with it. That's why when Naruto rejected that ideal and said that he would find his own ninja way, it didn't come off as mere fantasy. The current Shinobi system was based on a falsehood, and while it would take...
Again, current Shinobi system based on what though?
Yeah.
Because it's not explored after this arc, really. Like, is it brought up in passing? Maybe. But as far as explored and systemically broken down, I don't think so.
Yeah. Even let's look at Naruto up until this point. He Mizune and Iruka. Mizune tricked the village and wanted to steal something, not a tool. Iruka willingly protected Naruto, not a tool. Like, even I don't understand what this tool thing.
I mean, maybe the Hyuga Clan? Where the off branch is just supposed to be like a tool to the rest?
But even still, how did Neji's dad die? He goes, it was me.
Yeah, it was a choice. And on top of that, Neji's fighting against it, even though he believes he's resigned to this. He's actively fighting against it.
And what other branch members do we know of?
Yeah, this is very true.
Kakashi, when they were just like, yo, you teaching them, he was like, I don't wanna. He did basically everything in his power to make them fail, because he didn't want to. Kakashi, not a tool. Who is a hard ninja tool?
And who believes that ninjas should be tools?
A tremendous amount of effort to reform this society, actually inciting that change wasn't an impossibility. But before Naruto
there's no change to be made here.
Yeah, there's none. And
there's no problems. Everybody, there's plenty who is reprimanded for being a quirky, emotion-filled ninja. If this is the status quo, if this is the perfect ninja, you would think that the Hokage would be like, emotions are done. But he's not. So the very tippity top dude does not believe in the perfect ninja system. So who does?
And what in this speaks to the possibility of changing all of the ninja philosophy, where it's not a fantasy but something that can actually happen? Because you changed a ninja's mind?
But before Naruto could convince anyone to change the fate of the world, he first had to convince one ninja that he could change his own fate.
人は決して変わることなどできない。落ちこぼれは落ちこぼれだ。その性格も力も変わりはしない。人は変わりようがないからこそ生まれ、エリートや落ちこぼれなどといった表現が生まれる。
Neji Hyuga subscribed to the notion that all individuals have a predetermined destiny, and that there is nothing anyone can do to change that. At first, he made his philosophy seem pretty convincing. Before his fight with Hinata had even begun, he read her body language like an open book and obliterated what little self-confidence she had. Without throwing a single punch, he would have given her a full-blown panic attack if Naruto hadn't interfered. But all of this strength and menace cleverly masked the obvious contradiction in Neji's ideals. While his all-seeing Byakugan allowed him to see the flaws of the world around him, those distractions blinded him to his own dishonesty.
Oh, that's way too flowery. But you are correct in that Neji is a contradiction.
Yes.
Because he does want... You know what? You're probably going to explain it anyway. I don't need to explain it.
He told Hinata and later Naruto that people can't defy their destinies, and yet his most significant moments showed him actively attempting to defy his own. Neji's cadet branch of the Hyuga Clan had been forced to serve the main branch.
Really quickly. Neji's broken frame 1, because he goes, failures are born, blah, blah, blah. You're a failure. You're not even as good as me. Your training has failed, all this other stuff. But put Hinata up against a lot of people, and she's destroying them.
Yeah, but she's a failure as far as Hyugas go.
Sure, but the Hyugers are failures as far as the Uchiha go. And the Uchiha are failures as far as the Senju go.
I wouldn't say that. But you're fighting clan versus clan there, or you're trying to compare clan versus clan.
No, I'm saying there's always somebody that you can be compared to as a failure.
But look at Hinabi. Hinabi is a success. Mm-hmm. She's just strong. But she doesn't have to be like the strongest. She just has to be strong, and she is. Hinata is not that, and thus, even though you are supposed to be a main branch, you are a failure of the main branch.
She's not reaching the level that a main branch should be.
That's what he's talking about.
But she's still destroying so many people.
But again,
if you come from a family of A students and you're still like a B+ student, you're still better than a lot of people.
Absolutely.
You're a failure within the family itself.
And that's what he's talking about. He's not talking about you are a failure. Like, you as a ninja, you completely suck. You're trash. As a Hyuga, you fail. You are a failure. Because you are a B student in a world of A+.
I still don't believe that, though.
He doesn't believe it.
So he's broken frame 1.
I don't know if he's broken, but he is a contradiction, which is the point.
This was a fate that Neji had been born into, so according to his logic, he would forever remain inferior to Hinata's main branch. Yet, when he was paired against Hinata...
he is inferior to it still, because he can be killed by them with a wink of the eye.
Yes, factual.
So, yes, he is still inferior. Sucks, but them's what it is.
Why was the Hyuga allowed to do that?
Dude, somebody was talking about how good Naruto was, or it was a in Boruto chapter I saw on Twitter where it was just like, this gives shades of the old Naruto, the feels of the old Naruto, when Naruto was talking to adopted kid, like, anybody can do well in this village and it's welcoming and blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh yeah, the feels of ostracizing a young boy, an orphan boy who doesn't know what the is going on, a complete slave system within your whole clan, a clan wiped out by one of his own members, and then another boy orphan is just left to his own devices.
That clan was also fueled by hatred, by the way.
Yes, clap for Konoha.
They're the best. But yeah, first Hokage was very nice and welcoming and warm and a good dude. Second Hokage was a little bit militaristic. Third Hokage is
and the Uchiha.
Yeah, he had the right ideas. He was side-eyeing them like, give me a reason. But the third is said to be very nice and welcome. So is the fourth. But there's over there, an entire branch of people just they could be killed almost easily and their eyes be destroyed for village secrets, blah, blah, blah. Why is this being allowed? Are you telling me that nobody knows about it? It can't be that nobody knows about it.
Now, I understand the whole destroying their eyes so nobody else can get the secret.
That's fine.
But shouldn't that just be for both branches then?
Sure. Yes, absolutely.
So why is it only the cadet branch?
Shut up. it makes no sense that is allowed to go on. And if it is, in fact, just like this super-duper secret thing, it makes no sense. Why is it? It is a generation-wide secret that these people have marks on their forehead that can kill them instantly.
Maybe it is a secret because Naruto was shocked, but he's a dummy. But I can't remember how everybody else reacted.
Let me see if I can find a YouTube video with that.
Like Neji shows his mark.
Neji, yeah, I was about to look for that exactly. Are we doing this? Are we really doing this?
A bunch of people talking about it.
No, it's just not here.
Wow, wonderful.
You would think that they would. Okay, let me look up the Hyuga curse mark then.
Okay. And whether it's known in the village or whatever. Because it's got to be, because there's no way Neji pulls it off and then everybody's like, the Hyuga doing that? What's up?
You would think that the third would be like, "Hey, stop the match. We got some words that we need to talk with over here." Neji's grandpa just like, I don't know nothing.
Tugs the collar, just like, ooh.
Yeah, it doesn't say on the wiki if it's known or not. Does the village know? What's the meaning? Yeah, I don't see if anybody...
I'm sure there's going to be somebody in the comments like, oh, y'all didn't read chapter 171 where they explained explicitly through the side eye of Sakura that she always knew? What's up?
I'm going to look at the manga online to see if I can see that chapter.
I just said 171.
Yeah, no, it's not that chapter.
Okay. What chapter is it?
I don't know. That website that I was using is just trash.
I mean, I got the Jump app. I could just...
La-di-da. I'm an illegal man. So I got it. First off, let me check what chapter 171 was. The Inherit the Dreams. It is the Oro Jiraiya Tsunade fight. You were way off.
That's actually not way off.
Well, actually, it's really not.
Yeah, no.
Well, I'm just talking. I don't.
It might be like 15 chapters off or so. You got to go past it.
It was before it.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. Rasengan.
Oh, it looks like it's in the chapter hundreds.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. So
I was way off.
No, it's pretty. Oh, wait. He showed his thingy. Oh, I was right exactly, boy! So 10-10. The third Hokage just has dots. 10-10 has dots, but she has a worried expression. And Uncle Uchiha
is closing his eyes. It seems like the third knew, if nothing else.
That's what it's looking like. And if he didn't, you would think that he would stand up and be like, hey. Come on, talk to me over here for a second. Yeah, it's another silent third Hokage.
Yeah, it seems very much like the third knew. Wait, go up to the class? Both of them just look grunty.
So yeah, I have to assume that the third knew.
Which makes me assume that all Hokage knew.
Yes. And this is a bad thing.
Where did the Hyuga come from originally?
The moon. The Otsutsuki clan is a branch off into the Hyugas, which is a branch off into which is why they have the Sharingan.
I mean, pre-Konoha, where were they?
Do you think that Kishimoto...
Because, the Uchiha are supposed to be off branches of them. And they all went to Konoha. And then the Uchiha, the Hyuga all went to Konoha.
The Hyuga clan are descended from the Otsutsuki clan, specifically whoever, as a result, they are distant cousins of the Uchiha, the Senju, the Uzumaki, and the Kaguya clan. In that special. Clan is separated. In the past, there's been several attempts, abilities.
So they were probably scattered throughout the world, and then they went, all right, let's go to Konoha, but we're going to have a slave system.
I mean, you got to think about it. Konoha is legit just like not even 100 years old. Because I think it was the third Hokage was a kid when the first was. So.
But how long do ninja live?
Well, let's look up how old Granny Chiyo was.
Because if it's like they live for 120 years, you could be a kid after 80 years of me being an Hokage.
Oh my goodness. Looking up age is just like, Villa age. 73.
Well, she looks kind of decrepit,
Yeah.
so.
I don't think that I'm pretty sure that they have normal lifespans.
Yeah, it seems that way.
So yeah, third Hokage was a kid when that happened. He surely had to see the degradation and subjugation of the Hyuga clan, and he allowed that to happen. You telling me that the fourth Hokage never went to school with an Uchiha, with a Hyuga? He never went on a single mission with him? He let it happen as well. Unless he didn't know, in which case, why doesn't he know? A village, a prominent clan in the village has this huge secret that is just like they can kill people in a whim. There's just this enslaved system, and they're just keeping it secret for generations. Not even the Hokage knew. Not a single Hokage, not a single Hyuga rat.
Not only keeping it secret, allowing it.
Yes. This is bad. And we never go into the Hyuga stuff. This is after the in second round Chunin exam. We never really go into any sort of Hyuga turmoil or back issues or anything.
Yeah,
it's
are the cadets?
Just his uncle just going, sorry about that.
Dang, you right.
Dang, my bad. I guess we shouldn't be able to kill you with a single hand sign.
I guess y'all shouldn't be treated as complete filth and dirt in our eye just because you were born of the wrong spermatozoa.
Even though you are literally stronger than one of the main brats and a bunch of us adults. Maybe we shouldn't have treated you like crap. Well, in this one moment, 100 years of tradition has been broken.
But has it? Since right after Neji's just like, yo, I gotta protect the main branch.
Was he protecting the main branch or was he protecting Hinata because he was finally making a choice and breaking free of his destiny? He was not doing it because he had needed to. It was because he wanted to.
It was very much Hinata-sama after the fact. So,
it was. It was.
So,
both can be true. 70-30.
So, doesn't this kind of speak to the fact that he can't escape his fate?
I mean, yes. But that's where the hypocrisy comes in. He was like, you can't escape your fate. But in fact, you could. But in fact, you couldn't. So, he was right in being wrong.
Correctly?
Yes.
He attacked her on a mental and physical level. He consistently referred to himself as an elite, in spite of the inferior bloodline he was born into. While most Talk No Jutsu recipients tried to suppress or abandon their conflicting desires or tendencies, Neji boldly displayed his hypocrisy without even realizing it. That's why when he and Naruto faced off, their battle was a simple one. Both boys stubbornly clung to their ideals and butted heads over and over again, each believing the other to be full of crap. The difference was that Neji's actions and words
oh wait, let me hear it.
were contradictory.
Hey, you think anybody can be a Hokage, you stupid?
What do you mean? You can't just want to be Hokage and be Hokage.
You think it just gotta be mad strong, yo, and you can be Hokage? There's 1,000 people that want to be Hokage.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that.
But Hinata.
But Naruto was right in the fact that people can change, and that's the thing. But you would think that his mindset would be people couldn't change because all of his life he was treated like a piece of crap. And what evidence does he have that people can change? Other than just his belief, which is fostered from what place? Zabuza and Haku? But Zabuza, but she just said that Zabuza always cared about Haku. So there should be no people can change because he was always like that.
Is there any reason Naruto should be as upbeat as he is?
Zero reason. Negative reasons, as a matter of fact.
Like, I understand that personality-wise, kids can just be kind of upbeat, but that has to be fostered somewhere.
Legit. And if you're just treated like a piece of crap your entire life...
By everybody.
He shouldn't have these social skills. What was Gaara's upbringing like post the tattoo? Did we ever see frame of it?
I would assume a lot of it was like Gaara getting what he wants and people just being afraid. Because he has no social skills. He's a piece of... He's just like, here go my hand, don't talk to me. Because if I close it, you close permanently. So...
But if he gets what he wants, he would have to verbalize what he wants and thus foster some sort of social skills.
Not at all. What does he want? Like, if he wants, hey, give me a sandwich.
Like, exactly. Now, I want to know what is his... Because he's 14, 13, 14, whatever. What did between 6 and 13 look like?
Getting what he wants.
So wouldn't he be like... Instead of being so moody and silent and everything, wouldn't he be more brattish?
I doubt it, because I'm sure the death of the only person that cared about him at his own hands weighs heavy on his mind. Like, he's a broken dude. Like,
sure, absolutely. Well, one conversation could fix that, so not entirely broken.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe not. I think it might have been more so that it was a turnaround, but it wasn't like a complete 180. Because when he went to go help Lee, he was just like, I'm just helping because I was told to.
He apologized, though.
Yeah, he definitely apologized.
So
I did wrong. But it wasn't like...
from 2 months ago wouldn't have apologized.
But it's not like he was there like, I'm here to save you, Lee.
No, he was there on a mission. But he was worried for his safety, and he did apologize. He recognized that he did something bad.
Absolutely.
And he apologized for it.
But I don't think in that that Gaara was trying to be good. Mm-hmm. I think he just was no longer bad.
No.
Gaara, as Hokage, is good.
Yes. But he went from bad, objectively evil, to at least neutral, leaning towards good.
I don't know if he was objectively evil or more...
He tried to kill a dude in his bed. Mm-hmm. An injured dude. A dude that he injured.
Yeah, but that's probably more psychological stuff. As opposed to, I know this is bad thing, and I want to do the bad thing. Like, when he broke Lee's arm and leg, he was, I want to hurt this person. But that's more so psychological because of the love crap. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know if that was necessarily a thing where it's just like, I am evil objectively.
But what about the people in the forest where the sand burial?
Y'all tried to hit me. Y'all.
So you died?
Yeah, he's a monster.
That sounds objectively evil to me.
I don't think so.
People
die every day.
Let's take objective out of that. Evil.
I don't know, because he's just doing things in the confines.
He's murdering people that he does not need to murder.
Absolutely.
That sounds evil.
Don't know that. Because it's still within the confines of what he needs to do for the mission.
That's not for the mission, though. You don't... To the point where Temari went, look, we don't have to do this. And Gaara said, you want some of this 2-bit? They just needed the scroll.
He can get it, or y'all can get it.
Somebody gonna get it. All right. I packed my umbrella. I need to use it.
I gotta look cool, yo. Yeah, maybe you're right.
But yeah, he went from at least really a really, really bad person, psychologically or whatever, to a neutral person who was just like, who had no like ill thoughts with a single conversation.
No ill thoughts. I don't know about that.
No ill thoughts displayed in that moment.
Displayed. Yes, I'll accept that.
I'm sure that he still had that lingering, like, kill, like, gotta push that
Especially
back.
since it's not like Shikaku likes him now. So he's probably still not sleeping, still crazy.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. But yeah, it was a drastic character change.
Drastic, yes.
From that one basic conversation.
And words were contradictory, while
And
Naruto's
same thing with
remained
Neji as
consistent.
well.
I doubt I will argue against Neji. Because after the Naruto stuff, he was just like, And then when his uncle came and told him what happened to the dad and stuff, that's the drastic change.
Okay.
Right there, he was just kind of thinking about things.
Yeah, but the conversation allowed that thinking to occur.
It opened his mind.
Yes.
But I will not say that Naruto was the catalyst for his drastic change.
I will say that because you have to go, nobody once challenged his views on destiny.
Who can?
What do you mean?
Who can? Who would be in a position to do so?
Guy.
You got... Guy is worried about Lee. I've never seen Guy train 10-10 or Neji.
But he did. He would have to.
Based on what?
He's their leader.
Okay, look at the training that Kakashi gave our Team 7. We've got, hey, take this bell from me to show you what the teamwork is. Mm-hmm. We got a bunch of catch the cat missions. And then we got, okay, we're going to the land of the waves. Here's how you walk on water and walk up trees.
Yeah, chakra control, putting chakra.
And then it was right to the tuning exam. Yeah. So there's no indication that Guy did something philosophical. And who's to say that he even knows what Neji's worldview is, as opposed to just, hey, I want to be a strong ninja.
I'm pretty sure. Was he there when? I don't think he was there. When Lee fought Neji and Tenten was just like, nah.
Nope, he wasn't there.
Well, then who could challenge it if nobody knows it?
That's what I'm saying. Who would be there to challenge
it? If he's just keeping it bottled up and not telling anybody about his feelings or anything, that's your own problem. That's your own.
But who would he tell?
Somebody?
Because you've got Lee, who's just like, hey, I want to beat this out of you one day. And Tentens, who's just like, hey, I want to beat you someday.
Goodness gracious. But shouldn't his views have already been challenged? When he went, Lee's a failure, he's going up against Gaara, who is a monster. He can't even hit him. And then not only does he hit him, he almost beats him. To the point where he has to activate his Byakugan to follow his movements.
Yeah.
Shouldn't his viewpoint be challenged then? Shouldn't that
he
be
did. It was
crap?
because he had a super shocked face. But at the end of the day, what happened? Lee lost. Like, if Lee would have won, maybe that would have been a crack. But it's just like, wow, this is Lee. And then crack, boom,
no, but
done.
he's seeing him as a failure because he's not able to use ninjutsu and genjutsu. Mm-hmm. But he is not a failure because he can go beyond that.
Yeah. But I don't think that would... I think it would change his worldview a little bit if Lee had won. With Lee losing, it's just like, okay, you went past what I thought was possible, but you're still failing.
I don't think that, because the fact that he had to activate his Byakugan and the shock face, and it's still just like, you gotta think that he's thinking like, what if I was on that other side? Would I be able to take this? Because he had just developed the spin during the time between them. So he had to think like, look, if I ever got to face up against Lee, I need something to protect myself.
I don't know if that's when he developed the spin or it was just showing him working on it. He might have always had it. He just never once needed to use it. But to me, this is like something like Vashti Stampede, where they're shooting at him and he dodges it real quick. Everybody's like, what the and then he's like scary and acting a fool. And then everybody's like, oh, he's just a failure. He's getting lucky.
But there's no getting lucky with that speed.
Absolutely. But that's just the way they saw it. Secret taijutsu of the Hyuga Clan? Yeah. Ugh.
What? It says that... Okay. No
indication.
It says that he was able to learn this technique through mere observation, a testament to his genius, but there is no, like, reference.
Of where he learned it, when he learned it, yeah. Oh, Mark.
What?
This month's chapter of Dragon Ball Super dropped, and I honestly really liked it. I'll keep my feelings toward the ending to see how things pan out for now, but it's probably my favorite action chapter released in ages and ages.
Sure. There's a lot of action. I skipped over a lot of it.
It was good. Vegeta, you know.
It was a lot of just blasting, and I'm not here for blasting.
Yeah, but some of the blasting was good. Some of the stuff Vegeta did with the blasting was good.
Sure.
Well, it was like 3 things that were good. But it was a good chapter.
I wouldn't know.
Dude, I'm not getting over his transformation.
That transformation is one of the worst.
I keep saying it.
It's
Super
terrible.
Vegeta with hit face. It's all this is.
And people are like, oh my goodness, look at the streaks. Does he have purple hair? Is this super... I'm like, shut the f...
And people
Shut
are
up.
coloring it with purple, and I'm just like, who could possibly care?
A lot of people.
Yeah, there was a thread on Reset Era when the image first leaked that said new Vegeta transformation, and people were like, after they read the chapter, they were like, dang, I'm so mad I got spoiled on it now because that was so good. And I'm like, that transformation was poop. He got dirt face like...
It looks terrible. Somebody was just like, look, I added eyebrows. I was like, that looks whatever.
Stop
But
with the Super Saiyan 3 eyebrow.
It had to distinguish from another form. So it big muscles, little muscles, spiky hair, not spiky hair, just colored differently.
It's not like...
no eyebrows.
It's not like Beerus has big muscles. He's practically emaciated.
And
all the Gods of Destruction have vastly different body types. Why not just you are like you usually are, but a God of Destruction energy?
Even when Topo went God of Destruction mode, he beefed up. But people are just like, oh, they're not even thinking about why doesn't he have eyebrows? Where does his eyebrows go? What does an in-between frame of him transforming look like? Because with Goku, it was just like, ah, and he screams, and then it's a bright flash, and then he's Super Saiyan 3. Does his eyebrows recede? Do they fold over? Do they just get so... What happens to his eyebrows? It's stupid.
I gotta assume it's like a folding over. Like...
So they just got a freaking eyebrow flap just in the wind?
Absolutely.
It's trash.
And words
Naruto,
were contradictory, while Naruto's remained consistent. As such, it's only fitting that Naruto, the problem child who couldn't even pull off a basic clone jutsu in the Ninja Academy, would fool the talented Neji with his trademark shadow clone jutsu.
Fool. Dude, that was pure luck. It's not like he ingeniously did something. He got lucky.
Yes, he got absolutely lucky.
Jonin level technique he had mastered as an attempt to defy his fate. He won.
Ugh, what? Ugh!
No, you heard her.
A Jonin level technique he had mastered as an attempt to defy his fate.
That's what happened.
He opened the scroll and went, hey, I learned one technique. That's all I could do.
To defy my fate. That's what Naruto said. What was his fate? His fate is a failure? Is she saying? She didn't establish what Naruto's fate is. Because Naruto doesn't believe that that's what Naruto's fate is. So... what's Naruto's fate? This wasn't established in neither Naruto nor this video. And just putting it out there, just like he learned this to fate, whatever. That's not what happened.
His fate or whatever.
That's not what happened.
Maybe she'll explain where she's getting this kind of like...
No, that's not this type of video.
This is true.
This is about challenging other people's perceptions, not Naruto's. That line is over. It's done.
I'm out. It's out there, and y'all agree.
Yeah.
Right? I mean...
he had mastered as an attempt to defy his fate. He won the match, and by winning in this manner, by using an ability that a so-called failure should never have perfected, he definitively proved that Neji's philosophy was wrong.
Pause. How did he learn that technique? by reading a scroll. Why is he able to do that technique? Because he has the chakra to be able to do the technique. It is not a technique. It is not a forbidden technique because nobody can learn it. It's that nobody should learn it because it can kill you.
It drains so much in chakra.
And
so
Naruto
much.
does not need to worry about that. So the very first time that he does the shadow clone technique, the multi-shadow clone technique, either or, he's never had another issue with it. He learned it perfectly. Because he doesn't need to think about anything, he just needs to know how to do it and then pump as much chakra as he needs, and he doesn't need to worry about it. This does not speak to his skill, nor to his character, nor to his abilities, or anything.
Nor
other
to
than
him
the
as a
fox.
ninja.
Nor to him as a ninja. It's just the fox.
Definitively proved that Neji's philosophy was wrong. This was hammered home when Neji found out that the inciting incident for his pessimistic worldview was actually a lie. That his father hadn't been forcibly killed, but instead chose to die.
The third's right there. Oh no. Oh no. The third is literally right there applauding this decision.
Third worst Hokage?
Oh yeah, we said this.
This is terrible.
Dude, we've said this. The third slander does not stop here.
He is a horrible Hokage.
And you know, people are like, what did Tsunade do?
He didn't do this?
Nutsy's one of the people that's just like, Tsunade did the leash and she's a woman. But here this mother is going,
allowing this to happen.
hey, yes, we will turn over our eyes to a mother and clan that just tried to steal one of our people and was
following
killed
the
because
treaty.
that.
Following a peace treaty.
Yes, let us do this.
I'm cool with this.
Yeah.
The third Hokage gives his blessings.
This is a good plan. Here's the stamp of approval.
You done did it, and this is what you deserve. Go and do it.
My hands are tied. We're in peace times. You killed somebody important, and this peace time. Yeah, but they were here in our territory, unannounced, in the dead of night, to steal one of our people, to steal one of our eyes. Yeah, but the treaty.
But the treaty, and just kill them. Somebody gotta die here. The third Hokage decrees this.
Of his own free will, and thus escape the shackles of his predetermined destiny. There was no room for debate. He was wrong.
Pause. Yes, he was wrong. But Naruto told him that he was wrong, and he listened, and he accepted it.
Hey, what's the rest of this video going to be about?
Everybody that Naruto talked no jutsu'd.
We've got Gaara. We got Pain.
We got Obito.
Okay.
We got Sasuke.
Okay. That's another 40
Oh, goodness.
30 minutes. We're at 7 minutes.
39 minutes.
Yeah. Almost 40 minutes. What's the rest of this video? Because to me, that's another 15, 20 minutes?
Well, Pain is a big one.
Okay. 25.
Obito is also a big one.
30.
Sasuke is a big one.
35.
Gaara's a big. I can see this. 10 minutes per. 10 minutes per. Because
That's too high.
You got two of the Neji. Neji was definitively wrong, and that's true.
Okay.
Provably, he didn't even believe what he was spitting.
But she had a preamble. Then she went into Zabuza. Then she went into Neji, and that was done in 7.5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. But we're getting into the people that Naruto can directly relate to, and so she can compare and contrast what Naruto went through and why he believes what he believes to what the other person believes.
Okay.
Or not. Or pause. Okie doke.
Oh no! Dude! We can't! Because right now, we're in there. This is not an okie-doke. Please do not okie-doke.
15 minutes in, it's just like, yep, all that is correct. If it was actually true. It's like, oh no!
Now here's the offense against Talk No Jutsu. Did it! Get the DarksydePhil button pressing thing. He's terrible.
That thing has been going strong for years. How?
And he thinks it's the greatest.
I
And here
hate
it is, guys.
Oh, it pisses me off so much.
Anytime I hear this, I'm just like,
so
I
lame.
cannot listen to this bullshit.
It's so lame, and you can hear him gearing up to it.
Okay, guys, hold on. It was a bad thing. Wah, wah, wah.
It's so terrible.
It's so dramatic. And please break it. Please.
Nah.
And then again, he probably just played on his brand new laptop.
I hate
Why
it
wouldn't
so
he
much.
have
a whole soundboard?
Yeah.
That's too much work.
But he's got a Steam Deck just all types of...
But he got to set it up.
Yes.
Can you just instantly plug it in and have everything work for you the way that you want it to work?
More than likely.
No, you would have to do something, some kind of work,
but he
to
can make
put in those sound effects, and that is work, and Phil ain't trying to do work.
But he can make a whole stream out of it. His fans can vote on with their wallet. They can tip and be like, hey, what do y'all want as sound clip A?
Do you think
even get the detractors money?
That's not playing video games. And
He
playing
doesn't want to play video games.
But he has to, and it rakes in money.
No, it doesn't. Because he actively stopped a video game to go, yo, my laptop's here, yo. He stalled the video game to go, here's the Series X.
Currently got $83.
Playing what?
Fallout.
He got 50 last night.
Nope, he got 100. He's up to 100.
Oh.
He's reloaded.
Jeez.
I mean, I'll say this. We're not making $100 on this. So who's winning?
We are. Because, my God, I'd rather make $1 off 1,000 people than $100 off of 10 people.
We don't have to come hat in hand. And he does so much.
If we ever do a Patreon and we get $4, I'm like, all right, that's cool. He would go, my God, my $4 I need.
But again, a whole laptop, $400, $500, $600 laptop, a whole Xbox Series S, a whole PS5, a whole TV, a whole PS4 Pro. Who's winning here?
He got the PS5 donated to him? I thought he paid for that.
No, he did pay for it.
Yeah, he pre-ordered that one. I was about to say, no f***ing way.
But yeah, all that other stuff, who's winning? He got a whole TV set.
I got a PS5.
Did you have to pay for it?
Yes, he did too.
Yeah, but he got two systems that he didn't need to pay for.
Yeah.
So he's two up on you.
You got a PS4 from me.
Sure.
You didn't need to pay for that.
Sure, but it's old. These were brand spanking new TV, PS4 Pro. Quote unquote, never opened up Xbox
For 8-9 months. This man is a shyster.
Nobody's denying that.
It is disgusting what he's doing.
Nobody's denying that.
Yes, they are.
Not a single person alive is denying that.
All of his fans and stream chat.
All 11 of them. All 11 of them. Come on now. All of his fans.
And
Shut up.
He's talking about, is the stream chat frozen?
No, it's not.
Nobody's talking, Phil.
It's just going one comment per minute.
How do I play video games and get 6 to 9 viewers and the stream chat is more active than him?
Because you're engaging. Because you're not just going, oh, look over there, it's a rock. Nah.
And there was one time, somebody recently was just like, dang, I wish he talked to the chat more. Which would probably open up some discussion. But the problem with Phil is, this is so many tangents. The problem with Phil is that he'll go, hey, Phil, what music are you listening to?
I don't listen to music.
And then he's right back to the game.
Nope.
Nobody can talk about that. If somebody asks me what music I'm listening to while we're in stream chat, I would go, oh, I'm listening to this, that.
I don't listen to music.
I don't listen to music.
Moving on.
Hey,
like, oh wow, that's fun. Wouldn't if you popped into that stream, saw that, wouldn't you be like, all right, I'm out. I got nothing here.
Absolutely.
It's like, oh, this dude. He's not even trying to engage.
Absolutely. It's disgusting.
Yeah, so he's not getting any fans like that. And then complaining about Hamburger Helper? You think that's endearing people to him?
I spent an hour. I thought it was a quick 15-minute in and out thing. He's gross. But I love him. Oh my god, I love him.
Naruto, by the way.
Naruto, by the way.